Hi, in today's video, I'd like to talk about how problems in our spine actually contribute to problems in our nervous system, what we call in chiropractic vertebral subluxations. Hi, I'm Patrick, Doctor of Chiropractic here in Align Chiropractic, and in the last video, Rochelle explained how the spine is literally the engine that powers the brain. It's what drives the brain. And she explained how the alignment and movement of each vertebral segment is essential for proper brain function and development. She also explained how our ability to resist the gravitational field and be upright in this gravitational field is fundamental for the evolution of the human brain. What happens when we lose the alignment or movement or elasticity of our spine? Well, the brain depends on that stimulus, that stimuli and basically input to function well. Just as a muscle works by the use it or lose it principle, the brain is the exact same way. If we don't get that proper stimulation, it loses its function, and these neural networks begin to atrophy and become weaker and don't function as they should. So more than anything, in those frontal lobes, in the human part, what we refer to as the prefrontal cortex, those are the big inhibitors. They inhibit older, more evolutionarily primitive centers in our brain. And they basically inhibit three categories of function. And the first one, and one of the most important ones, is they're going to inhibit what's called our flexor musculature. So when our brain's working well, it can inhibit us from being in this fetal position, and it allows us to maintain ourselves upright in a gravitational field. The second very important thing that it does is those frontal lobes are able to dampen and inhibit our stress response, or what we commonly refer to as our fight or flight response. And when we're really wound up with that fight or flight response, you're going to have some very damaging effects in our cardiorespiratory system, digestive system, immune system, as well as our reproductive system. And then lastly, but one of the most important things, especially now, everything that's going on in the world around us, is our ability to dampen or inhibit or turn down the sensitivity of our limbic system or our emotional and impulsive brain, what we often refer to as the monkey mind. So just like Rochelle talked about in the last video, we're not born with those functions. We're not born with frontal lobes. What happens is during the first year of our life, as we go from this horizontal flexed position and we begin to stand up upright in a gravitational field, that's what causes the explosion in these neural networks and this vast connectivity in our frontal lobes. That process of learning to be upright and maintain yourself upright in a gravitational field, that's the process of maturation of the human brain. The exact same process in reverse is what causes aging. As we begin to lose those human functions, we see the return to a flexed posture. We see that these sympathetic or fight or flight functions start ramping up again, and we're less able to inhibit the monkey mind or inhibit that emotional aspect of our brain. We're going to talk a lot more about that in future videos, but in the next video, what I really want to focus on is how a problem in your spine will contribute to the problem of the brain or the brain not functioning as well as it should. And just as I talked about those flexor muscles, I want to explain how the loss of inhibition of flexor musculature, loss of being able to inhibit that, is going to create all kinds of problems in our structural system, all kinds of pain, basically aches, pains, and musculoskeletal dysfunctions. So if you'd like to hear more useful information from us, please follow us on all our social networks. We're on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook. Hope you enjoyed this and hope to see you soon.